I want you to think back to when you were learning how to ride a bike as a kid and you was over there wobbling and falling over, looking ridiculous, scraping your knee on the pavement, and you didn't even care. Somewhere between being 5 years old, 6 years old, and being 30, we all signed this invisible contract that said, I will not do anything unless I can do it perfectly the first time. All of a sudden, we all became terrified of looking stupid. And I think that fear is the single biggest tax on human potential. I call it the stupidity tax. Okay? Hear me out. Most of us are not waiting for the right time. We're not waiting for that's a played out excuse. We're not waiting for the right time. We're waiting for the version of the future where we don't have to feel embarrassed. That's what it is. And guess what? That version does not exist. I'm here to tell you it don't exist, okay? You got to pay that stupidity tax. We have become so obsessed with being cool and being polished, filtered, okay? And I blame Instagram for that, to be honest. We want the result, but we don't want to go through the process because the process is messy. And I'm here to tell you today, it's okay to be messy. Nobody knows what they're doing all of the time. And the people who feel like they need to know everything before they start doing anything usually end up doing nothing, if we're being honest. They try to think themselves into a better future because you can think yourself to the finish line without going through the process. That's easy. And that's why people get the dopamine spike so much just by thinking about what they're going to do. But actually doing it, nah, my boy, you got to go through that mess. It's okay not to be polished all the time. You can't dig up a diamond without getting dirty, baby. And don't forget that the embarrassing part is still part of the process. You can't skip parts of the process and expect to have an exceptional product at the end. That's not how that works. You need every piece of the process. You can't skip the part where you post a video and only get 2 likes, and both of the likes from your mama and your sister. You can't skip the part where everybody calling your startup a little business. And because of that, little by little, we start trading our dreams for the comfort of not being laughed at. And we don't even realize we're doing it. We start saying stuff like, oh, let me wait until I'm more ready. Let me wait until I learn how to edit better before I start posting content. Nah, bro, you just trying to avoid being seen mid-process. That's what it is. And you know what's crazy? Some people don't even hate the work. They just hate how exposed the work make them feel. It's something about being a beginner again that makes you feel all kind of yucky. You just feel uncomfortable. You feel naked. You really do, especially posting content online for the first time. You feel so exposed. You feel like you just uploaded a picture of you with no clothes on. And you hope nobody don't judge you. I hope nobody notices that mole on my booty. Why everybody looking at my pee? That's how you feel. You just feel so vulnerable. Nobody wants to be seen in their becoming phase. I'm actually going through this right now, if I'm being honest with y'all. I recently made a slight career pivot into high performance coaching. Um, I genuinely have a passion for changing people's lives, like not in a guru motivational quote kind of way either. I mean, like more of a drastic change. I like seeing drastic changes in people's lives, right? So what I did was I created this 90-day program called Hold Me to It. And the idea is pretty simple. I mean, you come to me, you tell me who you want to become, and then we build a structure to get you there in 90 days. It's extreme accountability, basically. It's pretty intense, I'm not gonna lie. Um, and I know it works because I've done it on myself multiple times. And right now I'm actually running it on myself publicly on social media. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen that. But here's the uncomfortable part. It's weird asking people to invest like $1,000 in a program when you don't have a wall full of testimonies. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to be the first person to do it. But you can't get testimonies until someone believes in it enough to go first. So I'm in that beginner phase. I'm in that weird beginner phase that we're talking about right now. This is people watching me mid process, not after the highlight reel, not after everything is all polished and Steve is this great high performance coach. No, dude, I'm mid process right now. And I'm honestly documenting it because I want people to understand, dude, it's okay. I'm going to go through it and let you watch me go through it in hopes that it inspires you to go through it. Because what you want, the life that you want, is on the other side of that. I'm just leaning into the discomfort, man, and reminding myself that this is temporary. It won't always be like this. I'm going to find the right people. I'm going to get the testimonies. I'm going to change a lot of lives exactly like I set out to do. But for now, I just have to keep showing up and keep believing in what I built and sit in that uncomfortable feeling and hope nobody notices the mole on my booty. And to be fair, I've started so many new things in my life that I'm kind of used to this part by now. So it doesn't really hit me as hard as it might hit someone who's trying something new for the first time, you know? But the point is, no matter who you are or how many times you've reinvented yourself or started new things, everybody has to go through this stage. The nobody knows you stage, the prove it to yourself stage. And that's okay, man. That's part of the process. That's part of the human experience of becoming. Not one single person on this earth has always had it figured out. And if they told you they did, that's a lie. And it's okay to know that you're being judged by others. People judging you and you don't even know it right now. And you're not even doing what you want to do. You got to be uncomfortable now so you can be undeniable later, man. And then we got the people who are afraid to pay that stupidity tax because of their reputation. I can't look like a beginner again. I got a reputation to protect. Listen, if your reputation stops you from trying new things, that's not a reputation, that's a coffin. Congratulations, your reputation has stopped you from evolving in life. It's been a few times where I had to ask myself, Steve, are you willing to be the dumbest person in the room to get to the next room? And the answer was always yes. Every single time. Because if you're not willing to be an amateur, how can you ever expect to be a master? See, a lot of people try to walk on the court for the first time and be Miami Heat LeBron. Nah, life don't work like that, my boy. I need you to go to Cleveland and lose for a couple years, big dog. Build you some character up real quick. Then you get to go join the dream team. You can't get on the dream team if you ain't never lived the nightmare, man. You have to know what it's like to lose in order for you to appreciate the wins. Embrace that part of the process where you look stupid. Look, the people at the top have looked stupid more times than you even tried, and that's why they up there and you not. That's the truth. And this is what I realized. There is a massive amount of power in just not caring. Some of y'all care too much, man. Once I realized that looking stupid was just the entry fee for greatness, my whole world opened up. It's like a cheat code. I really thought I discovered a cheat code. I'm like, man, all I gotta do is be willing to look stupid because most people not gonna do it. That's a skill. I was like, shoot, I can get good at looking stupid. Hell, I done got good at looking stupid just trying to look smart all these years. This gonna be a breeze. While everybody on the sidelines trying to stay professional, trying to not look cringe, I'm out in the field doing the work, getting dirty, making mistakes, actually moving the ball. The stupid phase is where you collect all the data, man. That's where the character is developed. That's where all the lessons at. There's no way you catching me. If you competing against me and you afraid to look stupid, who you think gonna win? Because I'm gonna go further than you every time. Because you got limitations. I don't. I don't care what these people think about me. And there's power in that. People spend so much time trying to be respected by other people who not even playing the game. You gotta ask yourself, man, is their opinion worth more than your own future? Because that's the trade you making. Just so we clear, that's the trade-off you making right there. And my answer gonna be the same every time. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I am willing to be the person that people talk about behind my back because while they out there talking about me, I'm out here winning. And trust me, winning looks a lot better than looking cool when you're losing. I said it, somebody had to, why not me? The only people who never look stupid are the people who never do anything. Anyway, it's just something I was thinking about today and something to think about today. Don't be afraid to pay that stupidity tax. And thank you for hearing me out.